And it is a beautiful thing to be able to do that because this world isn't really set up for people like us.
It's a fact.
To dream.
And we got to believe in ourselves.
And we don't, and I'm from North Carolina. I'm one of 6. My mama still lives in the projects. So
Mine too.
I've watched my siblings not dream. And, you know, and no shade to them. I love them and I respect everything that they do because they are strong, amazing people, but none of them dreamed.
Right.
And I wanted different from that. I didn't know I could get it. I didn't know how it was going to look or how to even do it because it was never done. I just knew that whatever my life would be, I would afford myself at least the chance to dare to try. So that's where I am.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
God damn. Tear jerker. I'm sitting here trying not to tear up like I know what you mean, sis.
Yes, because we don't be getting a dream. Poverty and all that is real.
It's real on your neck.
When I was younger, being a photographer, that shit was never
like. Come on, if you're a strong black man from a black mama, and she's hearing like you want to go and take
that
pictures.
Wasn't a thing for us. That wasn't that wasn't on the table. It was like, nigga,
you better go to be an engineer.
It's like go make it through school. Don't get killed.
Please stay alive.
And maybe go to the fucking MTA and get a fucking service job. Type shit. Like,
and have a pension plan.
Catch a pension.
Get a pension. That's what my parents. My father wanted that shit because that's what they grew up on. So
and that's what they look at as lucrative and responsible
and safe,
being able to take care of.
Yeah. Till this day, my father helped me with this space. I hit him and I was like, I need a couple dollars. And he was like, all right, I got you. When could you get it back? He didn't ask me when I could get it back. I told him I would get it back to you by this date. He was like, all right, cool. I didn't need the full amount, but then he calls me every week and he's like, he hit me. He's like, you think this is gonna work out? Like.
But he was confident enough to give it to you in the first place.
Y'all never met my father, but y'all seen his property.
Wow.
You've been to my dad's hotel. My dad is a firm believer of do the work, save the money. So the idea, like to this very day, I'm still like stuck at the fact that my father has an internal battle where he has to decide whether or not to go with what he believes and believing in me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because my dad, in his mind, and the way he was raised in Ghana from 1940 whatever, 1950 whatever, my dad old as shit. All right, okay, 1960 whatever to now.
Definitely not 50s.
My dad's idea of a job, my dad's idea of being able to provide for a family is attached to working for someone else.
Yeah, and that's
so many of us.
It's trained. It's like that's just what they're used to.
And he's literally asking me like, yo, how are you gonna pay this rent every month if you're not punching someone else's clock? And I'm like, Dad, I'm good. And he's like, do you still think you can get the money from me on this day? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, if you can't get the money to me on this date, it's fine. And I'm like, bro, I got you. I might pay you back earlier. And he's just like, earlier?
Right,
Joseph, where are you getting this money?
Get off my line.
Yeah, but see,
get off my line.
The times have changed
ridiculously.
Creatives are out here actually making.
I feel like we're carving
real money.
We're carving the way.
For anything.
Like we're watching YouTubers purchase homes.
Hello,
you know what I mean?
YouTubers,
like
not even like
mansions,
and not even no shade to any YouTuber out here, but these are like you said, mansions of people who are taking their camera, their phones, and doing this. To their day.
Since I just shot a campaign for Carol's daughter, when I tell you, one of the influencers on the Carol's daughter shoot, they flew her into New York. Shorty just built a home from scratch.
Yeah.
More room.
They're out here.
Almost the same amount of rooms that are on the floor of my apartment.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel you. No,
wow.
Gone are the days
Look at
creatives
God.
can actually live.
Yeah, no, that starving artist thing was like a...
it still exists.
No, it still exists. And
let's not get confused.
And that's like for me, that's always the internal battle because I'm one of the ones that maintain a full like Fortune 500 company pension 401k union job while pursuing my passion. You know, I believe that there's enough time in the day. So, but I always battle with.
But it's not though.
But I always battle with the thing is. Some people would read that as you not having faith in yourself. I don't look at it that way.
Oh, like having a backup.
Yeah,
plan
because it funds my passion. So like I don't have to get a gig to buy my equipment. When I need to get it, I have it.
Yeah, because not everybody's entrepreneur story is the same.
Right.
And also
Yeah.
not everybody is built to be an entrepreneur.
Right,
Like
right.
there's some people in this world who love to be a part of a company or love to be a part of a brand and use their other hours, like you said, to do the thing that they want to do dream-wise. It's not always like, oh, I have to quit and starve.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely about quick.
Since I'm 4 months into 4 months,
shit ain't that.
4 months, 5 months into full
You don't have to quit and starve.
entrepreneurship, and when I tell you, in these past 5 months, there have been times when I was like, nigga, how? Oh my God.
Definitely.
Let me pray.
I've had somebody do my taxes years ago be like, ma'am.
That was an Insecure episode. Remember her friend was looking at her like, she was like, nah.
And I'm telling you, I went to, because I qualified because of how much money I was making, I qualified to get my taxes done for free.
Yeah.
It was
I was there.
It was the gay men's health crisis that I went to.
Woo. They got you back some money though.
But let me tell you, if I'm going to the place where I can get my free taxes done, and the person preparing them is like,
Girl,
how?
are you trying?
Oh my God.
Not the shoulder
How
tap.
are you here? How did you survive this
You
city?
want my Metro card?
She was so concerned.
Wow.
And I was like,
That's fucking funny as shit.
I'm okay.
Yo.
It's been tough.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yo,
This
but
shit is real.
all that to say that making it successful as a creative or entrepreneur in this space is not for the faint of heart,
It
and
is not.
at all.
Because I
its
mean,
success is directly connected to one's ability to steadfast. I like to stand tall and be steadfast in the moments of adversity. Like as a full-time freelancer, like I said, it's only been 5 months, and when I tell you, I've had to look myself in the mirror and say, "Bitch, you will not get a job. You will not."
look at me.
Nigga, do you remember those PTO requests? You will not. And it's worked out.
And
It's working
will.
out.
No,
It
always
will.
will work out.
To your point for my interviews, I keep quotes in my head from stuff, and Oprah is always quotable. But she told me one time, you will...
One time, hold on. Oprah told me one time. That mean I met my Oprah a couple times, but this is just
I've
one
definitely
instance.
interviewed and met her a couple of times. She follows me on Twitter. Holla.
You need
But,
I think you might want to just like put that on your
It's
door.
in my bio.
Before you
Oprah
walk out
follows
your
me on
door.
Twitter. I'm one of like 300 people.
I'm gonna get back to
Oprah
this.
told me one
Finish what you're
time,
saying. ...
But no, Oprah told me one time that life only dances with those who dance. Life only dances with those who dare.
Right.
And I was like,
Shabbat shalom.
she is so right. Like you have to do it scared. You have to jump. You have to leap. You have to change something. Like to have the comfort of having the day job is nice, but there has to be some type of other major let go, sacrifice of some sort to get to a different level.
I'm on my 12th year.
It really is.
Right.
Of not working for nobody but myself.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That shit took a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you guys, I don't know if y'all saw, because everybody's talking about the decade now that we've come into a new decade, but Issa Rae had a tweet that went out in 2010, and she was irritated that she had to work over a holiday. And she was like, I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that I no longer have to work for anybody. And that was in 2010. And to think about where she is now.
10 years later.
10 years later, and the
said the
steps
same
that she
shit.
has created.
When I laid off, I said, I am not
her
working.
money, she'd be like, how much?
Bruh, I said I'm not working for nobody ever again because I see how from the Goldman Sachs. I said you already know the story. Like I said, I'm not going to work for nobody else because I see how the people in the higher ups don't care about the people
absolutely.
in the
At all.
lower. And they will cut you at
Absolutely.
any point.
At all.
And,
And I
was like-
this is an at will
Yeah.
state in New York.
Ridiculous.
Where
At
you can
will
literally
employment,
be
where they can let you go and
fired
say,
tomorrow after giving 37 years of
Yeah.
your life to this
I'm good.
company.
and they're not even
and your
obligated to
emails
give
don't
you
work no more
severance.
when you get back to your
I
desk.
was like, I don't want to live that life.
That's
no more.
it.
But
So-
after that, you got to go hard. You
Yo,
got to go
for
hard.
sure.
It's everything's attainable if you go hard. Like
sure.
everyone, you have to go 100%. Every day I learn. Every day you got to learn. You got to
110%. 100% is not enough.
That tweet made me look back at my tweets. Guys know you can do that. There's certain
Yeah.
things that you can search on Twitter to look at your old tweets.
Right.
But I was looking at my tweets from 2009 and 2010. And that, Danielle, to your point,
Yeah.
go hard was an understatement. Like I was like writing for every publication I could. I was always on the grind trying to be on this carpet, that carpet, trying to write for everybody. Like I was like, damn, if I still worked in that intensity that I had back then, I don't know where I would be right now. I kind of want to readopt
Yeah.
the young and hungriness of it. Not
We
that
have
I'm
to.
not now, but
Yeah.
just wasn't the same level of
So
intensity.
Yeah.
I put on Twitter the other day. I was revisiting, like, I woke up one morning. I typically do, as of late, I've been doing like a meditation, minimum of 5 to 10 minutes, just to be still, because there's a million and one things happening in the day, and
God knows.
when you're an entrepreneur and you have no one else to manage you, you have to manage your own time. So sometimes you just have to stop and start from scratch. I sat back, I was meditating, and during my meditation, I had a like relapse or rememory of
I remember.
A rememory.
Hey.
You re-remember the memory?
exactly, boom, of a conversation I had with my manager about a year ago. Like no more than a month would make a year. And we had a touch base, and they were like, hey, we know that you've been going above and beyond, and we want to like give you the opportunity to go for the next step, which is pretty much manager at Apple. What is it that we need to give you to make sure that you're ready? And I'm like, well, to be honest with you, I just went to go see a space for a photography studio, and I'm really interested in doing that, but I'm not completely sold on it, like quitting on the corporate dream. So I'm willing to like step into whatever role you guys need me to step into, and I'll do my absolute best. But the goal is to be my own boss in 5 years, 10 years. I want to own my own shit and create a space where people can come and be free to create and comfortable to say, I don't know, can you help me? And he looked at me and was like, so if we want to make you a manager, you saying we only got 5 years? And I'm just like, well, there's a step before manager, right? And he's like, well, we just got to see what you're willing to do. And I told him, I was like, I'm ready to open my studio, but I'm willing to climb the corporate ladder to get there. He was like, all right, cool. Niggas went from barely fucking with Joe to like not fucking with Joe. I was out of the building. If I was late 1 minute, I had conversations.
All right.
And I was saying to myself, like, yo, imagine being able to tell somebody exactly what you want to do and having people support you.
Well, your dream had nothing to do with you working for them.
Yeah,
So
that-
they didn't. They
that
weren't
was
trying
not
to
their
hear that.
dream.
No, but it was right. That was the problem.
They
My
weren't
dream
trying to
had
hear
nothing
that.
to do with them, but everything to do with them in terms of gaining the means. Because I come from the projects as well. And I don't have a bag of money to lean on to be able to make said investments to do these things. So I needed to take their money or make their money work for me. And they were not fucking with that.
See, yeah, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, that's something you needed to have with yourself internally and not necessarily letting them, because
Yeah.
they should know that you're there to work towards
Yeah.
something.
They can't monetize the fact that you want to leave and become your own boss. They're like, that doesn't, why would we invest in
Oh, so you don't want to be a
Yeah.
manager, so now
Yeah.
Right.
we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what
You
happened.
only got 5 years. Like, first of all, 5 years is mad.
I'm not about to sit here for 5 years to
Niggas
wait to
Also,
be a
like, bro,
manager
take
here.
They
that.
had
Like,
me-
give me 5 years to like.
They had me for 6.
Damn,
They
like,
had me for 6. And I was at Apple for 6
more
long
than
years.
More than
Yeah.
enough.
And I
more
was like,
But you have to know when your breaking point is. Like,
Oh, it broke.
Not everyone needs to do the whole day job thing we've discussed, but like you also have to know like when it's no longer serving you.
yeah,
Amen.
that's a fact.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
So then we want to ask some questions about some viral moments that you have. Were you satisfied with
Man.